Good evening, everyone. If you have a plate, I just ask that you please find a seat. And if you're in line waiting to be served, you can continue to get your plates, and I will just talk. Welcome, everyone. My name is Allison Picott, Executive Director of the Lenny Zakim Fund. Thank you for joining us for our 27th Annual Awards Ceremony. We are so excited for this annual celebration of our grassroots organization partners, and for this event to be back in person once again, so thank you for being here. Before I begin my remarks, I want to just acknowledge one special person who's in the room tonight, and that is Jude Goldman, our former executive director. So the last time we hosted this event in person was in 2019, which would have been Jude's last as our executive director. So I just am delighted that you are here tonight. So thank you, Jude. Tonight we will honor 60 wonderful grassroots organizations that make up our 2023 grantee portfolio. We will also hear from Juliet Njamba, of Africana Waltham, Lisa Piscatelli of Attleboro Area Interfaith Coalition. No, that's not right. I'm sorry, Collaborative. Leaders of two of our grassroots partner organizations who will talk about their respective organizations and the important work each are doing within their communities. And we'll be treated to two special performances by LZF grantee partners, Definitely and City Strings United. Here's some information about our 60 amazing grassroots organization partners. 43 are renewal grantees. 17 are new or returning grantee partners. 37 of our organizations are led by people of color, and 32 are led by women. This year, we awarded a total of $629,000 in grant monies. And the average grant award was $10,483. Our partners work in communities throughout Greater Boston area and beyond, including as far south as New Bedford, as far north as Gloucester on the North Shore, and as far west as Worcester and the western part of the state. So I want to recognize and thank each of you, our grantee organization partners, for the very sacrifices you made in order to be here with us tonight. This evening is not only about celebrating you, our grantee partner organizations, but it's also about building bridges and developing deepening relationships among those of you here tonight. And that was what was so important to Lenny when he founded the Lenny Zakim Fund. So I hope everyone here uses tonight as an opportunity to meet someone new or to deepen a relationship with someone you already know. Last fall, LZF's Board of Directors approved a new strategic plan to guide the organization in our work over the next 5 years. During this time, we are committed to doubling down on our work we've been doing with grassroots partner organizations and their leaders since 1995. We aim to do this by expanding our programming and enhancing our grant making to increase and deepen our impact. I look forward to hearing from our grassroots partners about how we might be able to do better or more of in order for us to better support you in serving those in your communities. finally, before we announce our first grant recipients, I would like to take a moment to say a few words of thanks to the members of the LZF Board of Directors, many of whom who are here tonight, to our staff members, Gail and Sophia, and I especially want to acknowledge our colleague Dominic Ramos, our program officer, who unfortunately could not be here with us tonight. I also want to acknowledge our 2023 Community Investments Committee members, our 2023 site visitors. I want to give special thanks to tonight's speakers and performers, once again, Juliet, Lisa, City Strings United, and Definitely. I want to acknowledge our photographer, videographer, and AV team, our Spanish, ASL, and certified deaf interpreters, the Royal Sonesta Hotel, and the amazing catering team tonight, and to this evening's sponsors and valued community partners, with special recognition to the Freeze Family Foundation for once again sponsoring our annual awards ceremony. And finally, to our donors who have all been so graciously supportive of us with your gifts over this past year. As a charitable nonprofit organization, LZF relies 100% on the philanthropic support of individuals, foundations, and corporate donors each and every year. So thank you. And now I'm delighted to announce the first of 7 funding categories of grant recipients for 2023 in access to food, housing, and economic opportunity. As I read the names of each grant recipient, I invite you to stand or wave from your seat. I also ask that everyone please hold their applause until the last organization's name has been read. Our grantee partners are Together We Eat, Boston Affordable Housing Coalition, also known as Mass Alliance of HUD Tenants, Code Squad, Mercy Meals and More, New England's United for Justice, New Lynn Coalition, Reclaim Roxbury, Sitters for Scholars, The Upward Project, and Youth Justice and Power Union. Congratulations. And now, please join me in welcoming Tim James, our board chair, to the stage.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having a good evening thus far. As Allison was saying, my name is Tim James, board chair of the Lenny Zakim Fund. I have the great honor of being able to introduce our 2023 Child and Youth Development and Education grantee partners. So as I say your names, feel free to wave your hand or stand up from wherever you're sitting, and we'll hold our applause till the end, but then at the very end, we'll give a very rousing applause to everybody who has been so supportive for these organizations. Bryce's Journey, Building Bridges Through Music, Cape Ann Art Haven, City Strings United, Cultural Exchange Through Soccer, Definitely, Groundwork South Coast, Code Connect, My Brother's Keeper 617, Sisters Unchained, Somali Parents Advocacy Center for Education, Teen Just Us, To the Moon and Back, and Top Notch Scholars. Congratulations.
Our first speaker this evening is Juliet Njamba. She is the CEO and founder of Africana Waltham. Juliet founded Africana Waltham in 2010 after she immigrated to the United States from Uganda. It is a resource to African immigrant and refugee youth to help them succeed in America while supporting their families and the community as a whole. Africana Waltham has been an LDF grantee partner since 2020, and Juliet recently completed LDF's Transformational Leadership Cohort, or TLC, program as a member of the TLC Cohort 2. Before I invite Juliet to the stage, please join me in watching this video of Africana Waltham.
That was beautiful. I don't even know what actually, I had planned to dance for you, but we don't have too much time, and they did that for me already, so I'm glad to be here, and I hope I keep track of what I'm reading because I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you for having me, and guys, you look so beautiful and amazing, everybody. Thank you for having us here. So my name is Juliet Najumba, and I am the founder of Africana Waltham, which I founded in 2010. And like I said, I'm dancing because I'm full of joy and gratitude to stand in front of this amazing audience. I'm dancing to say thank you, dear Lenny Zakim, for believing in us and for supporting causes like ours. I'm so proud to be among the funders, the funded people, and I also want to introduce the people that I brought with me today: Ivy Branscombe and Teresa Jumba, and my board president, Maria. Thank you for hearing our voices and encouraging us to speak. You supported, trained, and coached us. You helped us to grow and to serve our communities. You trusted us to tell you what we need, and above all, you listened. You changed our lives. Africana Waltham uses a holistic approach to uplift African immigrant youth and their families, to succeed in life by providing a safe space, educational and mental health support, visual and performing arts, and cultural connections. With passion and dedication, Africana Waltham empowers African immigrants and refugees, youth, to succeed in America while supporting their families and the community as a whole. I founded Africana Waltham in 2010 after immigrating to the US from Uganda and struggling to find information and resources that I needed to settle into the community. As a mother of 2 little kids, I slowly started recreating a supportive village community like what I'd experienced as a child growing up. By retaining every information I found, and sharing with the others that needed the information. Today, this village setting acts as an information center that supports other immigrants of all ages so they can find their way and their own voice. Also, we come together to celebrate, to grieve, to learn, to share, and we dance. Africana Waltham has been a Lenny Zakim grantee partner since 2020, and I recently completed the Lenny Zakim Fund Transformational Leadership Cohort. I have learned that you can create a village anywhere, guys. You can create a village anywhere. My village continues to encourage me, to support me mentally, socially, and physically. I, as well as my community, will never feel alone. And now, our village has even grown bigger because it includes the incredible Lenny Zakim community and all of you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rob Sherman, and I'm a founding board member of the Lenny Zakim Fund 27 years ago. Yeah. Juliet, where are you? Thank you for sharing your story about the creation of Africana Waltham. What moved me is the deep connection that your story has with the life story of our founder, Lenny Zakim. You came to the United States, you felt yourself and saw the need to build a community, a village. And that's what you did. You acted. You saw the need, you felt the need, and you acted. This was the motivating force in Lenny's life as well. And I know, as I've known every year that we've been in a room like this for our anniversary, that Lenny's looking down on us, and he's feeling a deep, deep connection with you and your story. So I want to take a moment, if you don't mind, to say a few words about Lenny Zakim, because most of you in this room, unfortunately, never had the opportunity to meet him. What made Lenny unique was his unwavering commitment to action in the face of discrimination and injustice. Lenny's response to injustice was always to ask, what can we do? What can we do? Whether it was anti-Semitic violence, or an attack on the civil rights of Black, Asian, or other communities of color, or any form of discrimination or hatred, Lenny's response was to build coalitions of action, coalitions across racial, religious, and ethnic lines. One quick example, if you'll let me. In the early 90s, racial hatred and violence was plaguing our communities in the Boston area. And I'm sad to say, I wish it weren't the case that it still exists, but it does. Lenny condemned the violence, but he didn't stop there. He asked, what can we do? And out of that, Team Harmony was born. Team Harmony brought together thousands of young people from every city and town in Massachusetts for a multicultural event at the Boston Garden, where the teens joined voices together, committing to saying no to hatred. There were thousands in the Boston Garden. It was just an incredibly inspiring event, all catalyzed by what Lenny saw, the need, and was moved to action. What can we do? That's the call to action that brings us together here tonight. Because what we can do, and what we as the Lenny Zakim Fund do, is empower all of you who are today's change makers in the cities and towns in Massachusetts. We are so proud to support you in the work that all of you do, the actions you take every day to advance social justice. And it's my honor tonight to introduce our 2023 grantees who are heeding the call to action in the area of health promotion and accessibility for all. When your names are read, please stand and wave, or wave from your seat so that we can honor you. Autism Sprinter. Where are you? Okay. Community Caring Clinic. Dee Dee's Cry. Gratis Healthcare. Greater Boston Chapter of United Spinal Association. Living Independently for Equality. We see you. Neighborhood Counseling and Community Services. We see you. We're sitting with you. Pinnacle Partnerships. We see you, still in line. And the Heart of a Giant Foundation. We see you in line as well. Let's give a great round of applause. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening once again. What we have up next, suffice it to say, you're going to like this. Now, I have the great honor and privilege of introducing our first performer for the evening, which is none other than our grant partner, Definitely. Now, Definitely has a critically important mission to empower all deaf, hard of hearing, deaf-blind, deaf-disabled, and hearing youth that represent multilingual, cultural, racial, and socioeconomic diversity, all working together for the core purpose of sparking social change through mentorship, American Sign Language, and as you'll see in just a few moments as well, the performing arts. Now, the executive director of Definitely, Jamie Robinson, formed this organization in 2015. She still serves as creative director. And this organization, let me just tell you, is absolutely changing the paradigm by bringing deaf culture to the forefront and by engaging and starting a critical conversation about communication equity all throughout the Boston area. Now, before we bring them up to the dance floor today to watch them do their amazing work, I'd like to just direct your attention just for a moment to the video screens so you can get a sense of Definitely in action.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Thank you all for coming here tonight, joining us at the Lenny Zakem Fund. We are so thrilled to show you our dance. Hello, I am Maria, and this is my sign name. I'm a deaf mentor, and this is, hi everybody, my name's Emmett, and this is my sign name. I'm not deaf, I'm hearing, and I'm 13 years old. Hi everyone, my name is Safa, and this is my sign name. I'm 14 years old, and I am deaf. So now, we want to share with you, all of you here tonight, some sign language. You all ready? So we're going to use these signs in our dance today. So Emmett, what do you want to say before we get going on our dance about sign language? Is there anything you want to teach the people? The name of our dance is What About Us? That's the name of our performance tonight. Now all of you adults in the room, you have to encourage us to trust so the children will trust and live. Trust and hope in the world. That's what we need, and we need you to guide us. Safa, what do you want to share with the group? Is there anything you want to share with the group? Sure, yeah. So definitely, what we want to do is we want to show that people that are deaf, we can dance, we can love, we can achieve our goals. Oh, Safa, that's so beautiful. Emmett, is there anything you'd like to teach the people here tonight? Yes. This is a sign for world. Can we all try to sign that? World. Everybody give it a try. World. Good job, everybody. Yep, world. Disaster. Disaster. Can anybody try to sign that? Disaster. Disaster. Trust. Trust. Can we all try to sign trust in ASL? Good job. Now, any last words, Safa? Love. Love is so important. Love. Thank you all. Love. 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 One last thing, I hope you enjoy the performance. And at the end, just to throw this out there, I hope those in the back, you're going to be able to see. I know there's people over there in the back. I hope you can move and everybody can see the performance. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
are searchlights we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. And you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about But man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. Oh, what about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever after? Oh, what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? Oh, what about love? What about trust? What about us? Sticks and stones, they may break these bones, but then I'll be ready. Are you ready? It's the start of us waking up. Come on, are you ready? I'll be ready. I don't want control. I want to let go. Are you ready? I'll be ready. 'Cause now it's time to let them know. You're ready. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? So what about us? What about all the broken happy ever after? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? 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 What about us?
Tell me what you got. Let me slip my corners out, just stop to hit the jackpot. Rev me up, my little buttercup. We can tuck sheets, snuggle up, get stuck. Believe it or not, here comes a brother with flow. A snuggling, bubbling, overweight, loving, her pro. So what you gonna be? Me or the TV? Let me take time to set your mind and your body free. So why don't you just stretch for a sec. Lay while the bottles rock a copper quick crack. Shake me, baby, make me. No need to fake, here I am, come on and take me. Wind your body, baby, move your body. I see you slip sliding, come on and do it, honey. I'm not quite sure as to what is going down, but I'm feeling hunky-dory about this thing that I just found.
right, definitely. Well, if you guys didn't know already, Lenny Zakim Fund grantee partners are doing incredible work, and I can't think of a better example than what we all just saw. My name is Josh Zakim. It's my honor to be here representing my family tonight. My mom, Joyce, is there. My sisters, Shari and Dina, could not make it, as well as all of our little tiny children could not be here tonight either. But it's a thrill to be here after 27 years of award ceremonies like this, honoring and supporting so many organizations doing critical work around Massachusetts. It means so much. And I also just want to thank Rob Sherman for his words earlier. I couldn't agree more about what my father, Lenny, was all about, and how important and how excited he would be by just what's going on here in this room. This is a full house. There's a lot of people here, and that's always incredibly exciting for us. But there's also a lot of people, supporters, grantee partners, bridge builders, site visitors who couldn't be here tonight. I think it's really important to thank them all who are here in spirit, who have supported us over the years, over the nearly 3 decades of the Lenny Zakim Fund. Is so important to thank them as well. Because of these collective efforts, year in and year out, for nearly 3 decades, which is hard to believe. But my dad's vision to make the world a better, more inclusive, respectful place for all people, continues to bear fruit, to be exhibited here in this room. I can't tell you how thrilled we are. Obviously, as Allison said, this is her first award ceremony as executive director, the first of many. It's really incredible. Proud to have sort of shared this stage with you tonight. For those of you that don't know, Allison is also a boxer, and it's much more pleasant sharing the stage than sharing a boxing ring with her. But really, thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support of the organization. Thank you for the work you do in our communities. Would also like to say, if you hadn't noticed, there's a little QR code on your table. If you are overcome with emotion, with generosity, and you want to make a contribution or maybe another contribution to continue supporting this work for next year and hopefully another 27 years or more, please do so. I now want to invite up my dear friend, fellow Lenny Zakim Fund board member, Joe Rodeo, to say a few words. And as Joe and I were scarily reminiscing in the buffet line, we've been good friends for about 20 years now almost. And Joe, is this your 17th award ceremony? It's we're getting up there, but everyone, Joe Rodeo.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you all to all of you for being here tonight. This is always really a very special night for all of us because of all of the love and inspiration that it fills us with. Being together really reminds us that working together under our common mission, we have the power to make sure that our future is better than our present. And we know that because of all your contributions, and we've been able to make our present better than our past. And so thank you for all of that. Thank you for all of your contributions. And I know if you were lacking any, you'll leave tonight refilled on that love and inspiration to keep going. And thank you very much. Please join me in celebrating our 2023 Civil and Human Rights Advocacy and Support Grantee Partners. They are Encuentro Diaspora Afro, Neighbors United for a Better East Boston, Okito Cultural Center, Pleasant Street Neighborhood Network Center, Right to the City Boston, Union of Minority Neighborhoods. Congratulations. I also have the great honor of announcing our LGBTQIA community support, and organizing grantee partners for 2023. They are Black and Pink Massachusetts, South Coast LGBTQ Network, The History Project, documenting LGBTQ Boston, and Translate Gender. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, for the third time now. It's good to see you all. You look just as good as when you first walked in. Now, I would be remiss not to acknowledge that it's truly an honor to share a room with all of our amazing grant partners. All the long hours, the late nights, the work that you do, sometimes thankless efforts. You're making a tremendous difference in your community. You're an inspiration, and when it gets difficult and when it gets hard, just know that the seeds of hope that you plant in the hearts of every individual that you touch, it's making a difference. You may not be able to see it today, but one day those people will come back to you and let you know the difference you've made, and so thank you for that. With that being said, I have the great pleasure of introducing our second speaker for the evening, none other than Lisa Piscatelli, who happens to be the executive director of the Attleboro Area Interfaith Collaborative. Now, this organization is committed to providing interfaith chaplaincy as well as hunger relief services, incredibly important work. Their work is inspired and informed by diverse faiths, shared values, and in addition to that, compassion, which is absolutely needed when you're doing the work that they're doing of making a lasting impact in the lives of those in their community. Now, Lisa happens to be a 23-year veteran of the nonprofit world and community. And before she comes up to give this speech, I wanted to turn your attention to the screens to learn a little bit more about what AIC is doing. Now, folks, please join me in welcoming up Lisa.
You know, it's very emotional to see the video in action. Every day I get to see people coming together, preparing meals, and we know the names of the people. They come in, they don't have just one need. Their needs are large. We're feeding them, and that's important. We get to know them. We figure out the broader purpose of why they're there, and we try to match them up to services. So with that said, imagine what we could build together if we used faith, hope, and love as our building materials. The Lenny Zakem Fund bridges communities. It is such an honor to be gathered with the Lenny Zakem Fund family and the inspiring circle of grantees. My name is Lisa Piscatelli, Executive Director of Attleboro Area Interfaith Collaborative. The collaborative has been a proud grantee partner of the Lenny Zakem Fund since 2001. Last year, we were awarded a matching grant that successfully assisted with our signature Hunger to Hope Spring benefit. The collaborative is a religious organization established in 1946. Today, 37 houses of worship partner with us, alleviating hunger, comforting the sick, and providing humanitarian aid. This is our impact report. Emergency meals, 44,932 free, nutritious, and comforting meals were prepared and distributed last year in Attleboro, Foxborough, Mansfield, Norton, and North Attleboro. The format has varied during the pandemic, but our dedicated volunteer teams are at walk-up, drive-up, and sit-down sites 6 days a week, year-round. Chaplaincy. Our chaplain comforts the sick, and at times the nurses too. 3,810 patients and families were visited last year at our local hospital. The chaplaincy program also connects with the community, officiating the 9/11 service of remembrance, coordinating a walk for peace in Ukraine, and gathering for our annual interfaith service of Thanksgiving. Access and aid. Resource Junction provides access to services. I'm just going to stop there. It's one thing to provide meals, but if people can't get there, it's not helping. Access is so important in all of the services. We also provided items of humanitarian aid. 3,854 items were distributed last year, such as empowerment coats, tarps, bug spray, shower passes, hygiene kits, motel stays, bus passes, and so much more. What is an empowerment coat? This weather-resistant coat transforms into a sleeping bag, or it can be worn as an over-the-shoulder bag. Imagine that. The Empowerment Plan provides employment and training for individuals experiencing homelessness to manufacture sleeping bag coats for those in need. It was designed with input from individuals experiencing homelessness. Though heavily backordered, our network of supporters were able to obtain some last winter. They shared them with us so that we could distribute these specialized coats to homeless guests at our Food and Friends kitchens. This year, at a cost of $150 each, our collaborative purchased 45 more empowerment coats. We then distributed We distributed them locally to our kitchen guests and shared them with GB Catch. We are a member of GB Catch. That's the Greater Bristol County Attleboro Taunton Coalition to End Homelessness. This work is hard, and we do need partners in order to get the work done. Through GB Catch, the sleeping bag coats were then made available at our region's annual HUD point-in-time count of people experiencing homelessness. Our values of community, faith, human dignity, inclusion, self-determination, service as duty, and volunteerism sustain and strengthen us as we provide services in the community. From 1985 to 2023, our Food and Friends program is ready to serve out 1 million meals. With just a few employees, how is it even possible to serve 1 million emergency meals? It's because we are a collaborative, represented by more than 500 partners, volunteers, and supporters. That's how. Together, we serve our community one meal and one comfort at a time. My daughter, Karina Page, is graduating this spring with a dual degree in music and special education. I remember waking her to get ready for her school day. She would open her eyes and say with a smile, "It is going to be a magical day." I just loved that. So, with magical thinking and being amongst such a kind-hearted group gathered here tonight by the Lenny Zakem Fund, I ask, what are the things that you care most about? Who is on your team? What are you building? Or what could you build with faith, hope, and love as your materials? Imagine.
Thank you, Lisa. Hello, everyone. My name is April Wallace, and I am a member of the Lenny Zakem Fund Board of Directors. And my partner, Michael, should be here. Maybe he stepped out. Maybe we will join later. So it's wonderful to be with all of you tonight. As a newer board member, I have enjoyed learning so much about all of the organizations the Lenny Zakem Fund supports and the impact that they have on Massachusetts communities. I am very excited to announce the names of our 2023 Organizing and Support for Immigrants and Refugees grantee partners. Africana Waltham, who we met earlier, Ansar of Worcester, Inc., Brockton Workers Alliance, Center for Cooperative Development and Solidarity, Centro Comunitario de Trabajadores, I tried, Eritrean American Civic Association, Massachusetts Coalition of Domestic Workers, Mount Olives Community Center. I'm not obeying Allison's rules at all. I'm letting you celebrate while I say your name. Nigerian American Multi-Service Association, P&O Behavioral Health Initiative, and South Boston en Acción. So I know if Michael were standing here with me, he would echo my sentiments and say...
I do echo your sentiments. Thank you, April.
You're welcome.
I very much do echo April's sentiments and everybody who's up here speaking and introducing folks this evening. I've been part of the Zachem Fund for quite some time, and this has been coming to these events for well over a decade. Obviously, this is the first one that we've all been together in quite some time. So this is probably my 7th or 8th event actually coming and hearing these talks in person. And each and every time, I'm extremely inspired and humbled by the great work that is being done by all of you in your local communities. It's truly wonderful. And I have the privilege and pleasure of introducing our 2023 grantee partners in the 7th and final funding category of violence prevention, criminal justice reform, and family outreach. These groups are 365 Dad, I Have a Future, Love Life Now Foundation, our Deaf Survivors Center, the Dream Network, and We Are Better Together, Warren Daniel Hairston Project. Congratulations to you and all of our 60 grantee partners this evening.
Okay. So our final performance tonight is by City Strings United. They're making their way into the room right now. Founded by Bithia Israel, City Strings United provides free cello, keyboard, and violin lessons and unique performance opportunities to youth of color in and around Boston with a focus on discipline, teamwork, respect, listening, and accountability. City Strings joined the Lenny Zachem Fund portfolio as a grantee partner in 2022. This amazing program began in 2012 with a small group of 12 children and has blossomed to now over 40 participants. Let's all sit back and enjoy this video about City Strings United. Please welcome City Strings United to the stage. Thank you. Oh, I guess we're not going on the stage. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. While everybody is and City String is just getting set up, I just want to applaud all of our grantee partners once again, and just to thank you all for coming out and making this evening such a special one. It's really wonderful having had our last two award ceremonies on Zoom, and the 2020 award ceremony that was supposed to be in person canceled. It's really, really lovely to be in community with you all, and I thank you for making the effort again to be here. I hope this is not the last time that I see you all or that you see one another. So again, encourage you all to continue to build these connections with one another. And for our grantee partners in the room, we will be sending out an email tomorrow, sharing with you our plans for our upcoming seminar series, and look forward to seeing you there. Okay. Almost ready. What a beautiful performance. Thank you so much. Great job to all of you.
That truly was a great performance. Thank you so much, City Strings. Thank you so much, Juliet, Lisa, as well. Definitely everyone who performed or spoke today, thank you so much.
I know that we are a few minutes over time, so I appreciate your patience. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and you're welcome to stay, but the formal program is over, and so we look forward to seeing you next year at our award ceremony, but certainly please stay in touch, and we're here for you, and thank you again for all the wonderful work you're doing in our communities. Have a good night. Take care.